Hello, I'm Amy from AmyBeingMum. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. I would love it if you would subscribe and you will get notifications of all my new videos. I am one of the Channel Mum vloggers and today I am going to be talking about one of the Channel Mum topics. If you head on over to the Channel Mum website, which I will link below, there is a section on Mum's the Word topics where they talk about things like dummies, smacking and things that maybe aren't so widely talked about. Today I am going to be talking about dummies. So I wanted to share my experience of dummies and talk to you about whether or not I would choose to give a dummy to my next child if I have another one, and what my thoughts are on dummies. Soother, pacifier, dummy, dodo, binky, whatever you choose to call it, there's no denying that dummies are a hot topic and a little bit of a controversial one. Some people are very for dummies, some people are very against dummies. I didn't use a dummy for my first child. Caitlin is nearly 10, so that was like almost 10 years ago that I tried her with a dummy and she never took to it, so it wasn't something that she had. This time round, my youngest is nearly 2. I tried her with a dummy and she really loved the dummy. So this is all a bit new to me this time. I have no experience of giving up the dummy or anything like that, or how it's going to affect her teeth or her speech or anything. It was all very new to me. So, Elle gets her dummy basically whenever she needs comfort. She really likes it at bedtime. Well, she needs it at bedtime. I say needs it. She thinks she needs it at bedtime. She has it sometimes in the car if she's sleepy, and just as a bit of a comfort. If she's a bit unsure of a situation, like when she first goes into nursery, she quite often likes it. She has her dodo, she calls it, which is her dummy. And she also has her blankie, which she calls her gucky, and it's basically a muslin. We're quite lucky that we have lots of muslins and she's not particular about which one. We can wash them and what have you. Same with the dummies. She likes a particular brand. I've forgotten it off the top of my head, but I'll put a link to the dummy that she likes in the description box. And she likes that particular brand. She just seems to like the shape of it. And that's when she gets her dummy. So, the main concerns I had about her having a dummy was her speech was one of them and her teeth was another thing. We've been to the dentist quite recently and I asked about her teeth, and the dentist assured me that it hasn't affected her teeth so far, and as long as she gets rid of them before she starts getting in her big teeth, apparently the dentist isn't too worried about the dummy moving her teeth or anything like that. As far as speech, funnily enough, people often comment on how good Elle's speech is, and not to blow her trumpet or my trumpet for helping her with her speech, I don't know. But yeah, she seems to be talking quite early and her speech is pretty clear generally for her age, I would have said. So it isn't a huge concern. I know some children, it does delay them a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have with Elle so far. Now, the age that she's at, she's nearly 2, she can speak quite clearly, but I find a lot of the time we don't know what she's saying because she has her dummy in. So we will say to her, take your dodo out, we don't know what you're saying, and she'll just take it out and speak. When she's at nursery, they take her dodo away from her because she's busy playing and she doesn't need it, and she's quite happy with that. One of the reasons that I was quite keen for Elle to try the dummy when she was a baby was that she was a very, very unsettled baby. We had her back and forth with the health visitor and we actually took her for some cranial osteopathy. If you haven't looked that up, then I would suggest you go and look it in Google because it's really interesting, and it's to do with the baby's cranium, their head, and they do some very light massage that kind of helps settle them. But basically, the health visitor wasn't sure whether it was just colic, a little bit of reflux, possibly a mild intolerance, but they couldn't really put their finger on what it was, and we tried lots of different things and she was just really unsettled. So we tried her with a dummy and she found a lot of comfort from the sucking. Whether that was related to reflux, because they say that the sucking can help with reflux in small babies. We'd also read that a dummy can reduce the risk of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, or cot death as it's widely known. So obviously that kind of appealed to us as well. So we decided to give her the dummy. At the moment she's nearly 2 and she still has her dodo and blankie, her dummy, and we haven't even thought about her giving it up as yet. That's a lie, I've kind of thought about it, but I haven't decided on a timing or how we're going to do it or anything as yet. I'm very aware that that is going to be a challenge. Elle is a really bad sleeper and we have loads of problems with her sleeping. She's slept through the night maybe twice in her whole life. So to be honest, the idea of taking the dummy away from her and it affecting her sleep, it's something I'm kind of putting off at the moment because she likes that as a comfort for when she's sleeping. Before I filmed this video, I looked up the Channel Mum website and the other videos on dummies, and there was a debate video about dummies, and one of the mums had mentioned the fact that she hates seeing the dummies in like photographs on social media and things, and she said one of her comments was that she thought that mums possibly it becomes invisible to them because they're so used to seeing them. And to be honest, I have to agree, because I don't tend to notice Elle's dummy now. It's just we're so used to it that I don't tend to notice it. But because I'm editing videos for my YouTube channel and putting up photos on Instagram, I do become more aware of the fact that she does have her dummy in quite a lot, and sometimes in a video, like it seems like in every video she's got her dummy in, and in every Instagram photo. So do you know what, I feel like when we look back on photos in the future, we'll be like, oh, she's got her dummy in every picture, and it does hide her face a little bit, and it is a bit of a shame that she has it in so much. So that is something I'm going to look at, trying to reduce it a little bit. Maybe just give her dummy for sleep time and then gradually reduce it so that she doesn't have it at all. We'll see how that goes. We hope to have another child at some point, and would I give them a dummy? Possibly not. To be honest, I would rather Elle didn't have a dummy. It would be a lot easier, because things like if we forget our dummy, it would be the end of the world if we went somewhere and didn't have it. In fact, we've been in a situation where we've gone somewhere and we've realised that we haven't taken a spare dummy and she's maybe dropped it on the ground or something, and we've had to go and buy other dummies. And it is so inconvenient. It's just a right pain in the bum, to be honest. So yeah, I would rather she didn't have it. Also, if she spits it out in the night, we've been in the situation many times where we've had to get up and give her our dummy because she's unsettled, just because she spat it out and not be able to find it half asleep. So it is kind of inconvenient. It did help settle her when she was younger and she was very unsettled when she was a small baby. So if I was in that situation again, I can't say that I wouldn't give my baby a dummy, because it really helped us in that situation. So would I give my next child a dummy? Possibly not. If I could avoid it, I would probably try not to, I would say. If you have any advice on how you got rid of your child's dummy, then I would love to hear it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your views on what you think of dummies as well, so pop them in the comments. Keep it respectful. Negative comments and things that are a bit nasty don't make it through anyway, they just get filtered out into spam. So yeah, if there's any negative comments, they'll be deleted. So keep it respectful. I'd love to hear your opinions, and yeah, let's start a conversation. What do you all think about dummies? Don't forget to click on the link in the description box and check out the other videos on the Channel Mum website about dummies and all the other Mum's the Word topics. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you click that red button and subscribe, and you'll get notifications of all my other videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.